Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week from February 22nd through the 28th. It's Raina here, and I'm using the Pamela Coleman Illustrated Classic Rider-Waite deck for a change of pace, and I've been really enjoying revisiting these images. It even made me think to myself, I've got to get some kind of a book, or I need to look online at each card and the rich imagery, symbolism that is present in even the minor arcana. And I think that the more details a tarot deck has, the greater the experience for the reader and the person who is watching, because there's so many layers to it. I'm also going to be picking an energy oracle card from Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, this is supposed to be in this position. I just want to also, because I don't do weekly tarot readings, so when I fit them into my roster, if you will, these are not meant to be, even though they're they're supposed to be for 1 week period, they're really meant as kind of like an update. So don't think that all of these cards are going to necessarily transpire or even mean anything to you at the same time. You know, this is actually a very good reading. We have as at the centerpiece a card that is associated with something a little bit somber, the Five of Cups. And so it indicates grieving the loss of something. And I suspect that for some, it's going to be in the realm of their professional life. And, but obviously it could be in your love life, because that is such a common problem for people, getting into relationships and staying in them. And what is often mentioned are the two cups that are still that are still standing upright. And this is like a card that's like, don't cry over spilt milk, you know, move on, because this person is in mourning. And with Cancer being a water sign, the cups in the suits connect to emotions. That's why this is like that. What's interesting about the number 5, however, is that it's an agent of change. Okay, so there's an instability in the number 5. So basically, as a spiritual lesson, this signifies that we all have to be aware that things that life is all about change. And you can't get too emotionally dependent on a situation, because you never know when that can change, and there's nothing you can personally do about it. You can't stop change. So basically, that saying, don't cry over spilt milk, is because what's done is done. And it doesn't, first of all, it doesn't do any good it's not going to put the milk back into the glass, but also it is about grieving something that is inevitable. There's inevitably going to be situations where you spill your milk, where you make mistakes, and beating yourself up about them or being sad that something has been taken away from you is counterproductive. In the past position, this is what gives me the idea that this could be connected to a source of income. This would be a very good source of income. So this is, I have to say this right now. If this is not something that you're dealing with, then it wouldn't be, because this is the theme, is the Five of Cups. So it's something that has already transpired. But this can also be, so it could be a way of life that you feel where you were more affluent, where, you see the people in the card. This is an example of that. It looks like the era of the Great Depression. I mean, it looks like or before, maybe even the 20s. But I know that these cards were drawn before that. I don't know if they were even in the 20th century. I thought they might be in the late 1800s. But in any case, there's this sense of a person who is living in the lap of luxury. And for Cancers, it's not so much that that's what you want to do, but you want that sense of ease and security where you don't have to worry about your financial future. And so now you might feel like that's all thrown out the window, gone, has left. This could be a divorce where you feel that loss of that other person's income, or in the divorce proceedings, you also, if you're the one that had the money, that it didn't, you had to give away some of it to the other party, and you feel like it's not fair, or that you're not as wealthy as you used to be. The other thing too is, I was saying in another reading that I associate the Ten of Pentacles with Capricorn, because this is an earth sign energy. The other earth signs are Virgo and Taurus, and that could be a relationship that went sour. The Capricorn is your opposite sign, so we've had these, we had a full moon in Capricorn back, and then we had a full moon in Cancer. So we had the polarities where it would hit your 7th house on both occasions. In the near future, we have the Magician. I love this card, one of my favorite cards, because it's all about you stepping up to the plate and claiming that you are a conscious co-creator, that you're not just a victim of life, sitting there watching all of the cups spill over, that you have the ability to attract things to you that are good, and that you can take inspired action. And Cancer is a cardinal sign. So Cancer, even though I think there's a lot of passivity, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean yin. Yin is passive, yang is active. Yin is the feminine energy that is associated with earth and water signs. And even though you have that, because you are a water sign, you also have that cardinal energy. So you can take action when you feel driven to do so. And you will. You may be wallowing in your, you may even like to wallow a little bit. That's kind of, I could see a Cancer person enjoying a good wallow session. But then you're going to emerge, and you're going to feel a sense of, okay, now it's time to move on and do new things. What crosses you right now is the Ten of Cups. So this will be a domestic situation for some of you. Perhaps in some cases you were going to get married and that ended up fizzling out. And so maybe you were engaged to a Capricorn individual or some other earth sign, or they had lots of moolah. And that, for whatever reason, fell by the wayside. In some cases, you know, the word narcissist jumped into my mind. So it's possible that you dodged a bullet. And so don't ever assume that the universe doesn't have your back, even if the outcome isn't what you wanted it to be. But in general, that Ten of Cups in the challenge position may simply be that there's a lack of cohesion and harmony within your family unit, whether it's because of a recent separation or divorce, or because there are different factions who, you know, oh, you know what this, oh gosh, how could I not, how could I not say this? This is the inheritance card. So maybe you're maybe it's not with you and your children, maybe it's you and your family of origin, that you have been divided by some kind of probate issue, and that, you know, has left you feeling very glum because you are a family person. Advice is the Six of Wands. This is career success. You have some cards with the Magician and this card that suggests that you don't have to rely on outside things, okay, for your good. Also, I think the Six of Wands as advice is also about feeling deserving. And this goes for, like, especially relationships. I don't know if the Six of Wands is connected to Leo, but fire energy, Sagittarius and Aries are also fire signs, fiery energy. So it could be a person that is that has your back, that you should really honor their presence in your life more. Maybe you just take them for granted. But this could be saying to you that you need to honor yourself and you know, feel good about what you've accomplished, and also seek that out in that, you know, in that way. In other words, professionally, you have what it takes. And if you have been kind of sad because you feel that, let's say you were let go from someplace, you may feel like the financial sting is front and center on in your mind, but it's also being confident and feeling like you're going to get a new job, and that you have the chops, you have have the resume, you have what it takes to prove that you could be an asset to a company. The outcome is very hopeful and suggests success. The Star card, and this is a card of hope restored, healing, being guided by angels or, you know, spirit guides or your loved ones who have crossed over. And this is associated with Aquarius. We just had a solar eclipse in Aquarius, and well, guess what house Aquarius is for you? Oh, actually, it's interesting. I guess Aquarius for you is the 8th house. So that would be specifically for anything related to inheritance issues. And one thing that could happen in that particular case is if you are saddened because they read the will and your name wasn't in it, or you know, the amount of money was less than somebody else, and you don't know. The Star card could suggest that there will be some kind of reckoning, and you will see that something that you thought was a done deal isn't. You know, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. There's also the connection as a ruler to Saturn, but now we look at Uranus, because Uranus is very revolutionary. It's considered very eccentric, erratic. And so in, you know, using that type of keyword, the result of, you know, what it can produce is sometimes a surprise. So you may be very surprised at a turn of events that takes place with any kind of financial issues involving either probate or divorce settlement or something along those lines. But this is a card of healing. This is a card of, you know, restoring your faith in humanity and in life itself. So Cancer, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, I wish you all the best as we, as we near the end of February. Boy, that was quick, wasn't it? Take care. Bye.